OK, let's go.
Come on, Steve, over. Chop, chop. Let's be having you. Oh, Jesus. Johnny. Bloody fool, man. Hey. Johnny. Johnny. Hey.
I suppose you want me to go back to the clinic now?
Not today, I don't. You've got an important job to do today in the trial.
Tomorrow?
Well, I don't know about tomorrow's sun. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, and all that. You concentrate on the day.
Must be bad. Throwing away 6 months in clean time.
Hey, that happens to all of us. It took me 2 years to stop slipping. Then one day you just get it. And all that white noise and interference, it'll just go away.
You will say when it's happened to me, won't you?
I won't need to. You'll know yourself.
Sure you're going to be all right?
No, but I've got my vote to make. So come on, give me your arm. Now listen, if I fall asleep during the day, you just give me a big nudge.
Say bye, Mummy. And good luck.
I'll rush back as soon as we've finished.
No, you take your time. Get the decision right.
Look, Mum, I know I was a bit uptight for the first couple of days. You've been great. I couldn't have done it without you.
What was that word you just said?
What?
Mum? Do you know, you haven't called me that in a long time.
Well, maybe you haven't been one for a long time.
Can I start again?
Yeah. Do you look all right?
Beautiful. Undo a couple of buttons, I'll look even better. Bye.
I forgot to mention my father dropped by last night. He said it was urgent, wanted you to call him. Something about his school uniform?
Oh, not again. Why didn't he just let it go?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, he wants you to call him at the office or on the mobile. There's the number.
All right, thanks. Good night.
Good luck.
Thanks. in my opinion, yesterday's discussions were a little unfocused. And the reason for that, I think, is that we spent most of our time talking about Thomas Haynes. And Thomas Haynes isn't on trial here. Devinder Singh is, so I thought if we concentrate on him. Now, looking back over my notes, it seems there were certain key pieces of evidence which were overlooked in the closing speeches. So I thought if we focus on those.
Okay, good idea.
Right, starting with the shoulder.
What shoulder?
The shoulder allegedly ripped out of its socket in a bullying incident 6 months prior to the murder, which the defence suggested meant that Devinder Singh was incapable of committing the crime.
But do we believe that?
I suppose that's my question.
He didn't have an injured shoulder. He carried on playing cricket, bowling the ball.
Yeah, but there's a difference, isn't there, between a 6-ounce cricket ball and a bloody great sword?
The prosecution made the point that this sword-fighting art, Gatka, taught him to fight with both hands. So, these wounds could have been made with just the left hand.
Come on. Do you really think a 15-year-old boy who weighs, what, 8.5 stone could make that kind of damage with his left hand?
Why not?
Why not? Because it's bloody heavy. That's why, I mean, this thing has got to weigh a good, what, 5 or 6 pounds?
It's 5 pounds.
Yeah, whatever. You know, have you actually tried picking this thing up using your weak hand?
No.
Oh, well, that's a surprise. Yeah, you try. You're about his size and weight.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, and we should remember that in Gatka lessons, these kids train with a harmless wooden sword that only weighs 1 or 2 pounds. So, in theory, although he might have been trained to use his left hand, in reality, I mean, the full weight of a proper sword would prohibit it.
OK, this is it here. Now, the prosecution claims if you were to study these Gatka movements, they would correspond exactly with the cuts on the body here, proving that the murderer had to be versed in the art of Gatka.
What a load of crap. I mean, I'm sorry, but I defy anyone to show any connection between these moves here and these wounds.
Oh, I don't know.
Where, for Christ's sake?
Well, there's this cut here on the neck, for example, and this movement here.
Very good, Dylan. Why don't you put on your glasses right and have another look?
Hey.
I don't wear glasses.
OK. What about that gash there? And this stroke here?
Come on, anything's
clear,
possible.
Oh, and that one?
It's the same, it's just random butchery.
Yeah, I agree. These wounds, they're all totally random. The angles are all
He said
different.
it
They're
looked
different
like someone was
lengths.
versed in the art. Not give it
Not
The defence has shot this down in flames on day one.
Now, this is the copse where Devinder Singh lay in waiting. And we know from the police report that the body was found here, the head facing north,
weird.
and that the sword was found all the way over here, thank you, in these bushes. You have to ask yourself, if Devinder Singh came in this direction and went off in this direction, why would he have gone all the way over there to throw away the sword?
So, when was the last sighting before the Lollipop Man?
0740, the last sighting on the Heath.
And the Lollipop Man?
7:51.
OK, so, assuming that's correct, that's 11 minutes for him to kill the boy and travel the distance from the murder scene to the road.
Which is just over a mile.
Does that seem right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm average fitness and it takes me 8 minutes to run a mile.
So, just over a mile, in a distressed state, that's 9.5 minutes.
It fits.
Assuming, of course, everybody's watches are perfectly synchronised.
So, assuming that leaves just, what, 90 seconds to commit the murder?
That's enough time. How long does it take to kill someone with a sword?
Well, I don't know, but 28 stab wounds with that sword, I mean, that's going to take a while, isn't it?
How long's a while?
Well, I don't know, a while. I mean, you felt the weight of that sword. Now, imagine, like, 28 swings in 90 seconds. Plus, that you've got to take into consideration any deep cuts and the sword getting stuck in bone or cartilage.
Please. Absolutely.
That's what's going to have happened, isn't it? And I'm sorry, I reckon not less than 2 minutes.
So, suddenly we've got an expert in stab wounds.
Oh, this is just ridiculous. I mean, all this evidence. We're trying to piece it together like we're detectives or something.
But you heard the judge. That's our job, to discuss the evidence.
Yes, but the evidence isn't conclusive. What are we going to do?
Oh, I don't know.
I was bullied once. It's a long time ago now. But I still remember the sickness in my stomach as I approached the school gates. The trouble I went to cover the bruising. Protecting them. Covering their tracks. Walking along the walls. Looking down at the floor. Never wanting to attract attention to myself. I remember the dreams I had. Always wanted to be someone else. Somewhere else. Sleep was my only friend. I remember bullying and what it did to me. If I'm honest, those bullies have never left me. It followed me all my life. I've never told anyone that before. Not even my wife, children. Thank you for listening.
Actually, I was bullied at school too. Not with violence, but with silence. I was sent to Coventry by my friends.
Funny, me too.
Coincidence, eh? Most of the people that think this kid's innocent were bullied themselves. Anyone else? You, Johnny? You look like you're still being bullied.
No, actually, you're wrong. See, all my life, I've been a bully. I can think of a bunch of people like that man up the back there, like the two of you who'd crap their pants if they thought of me right now. And women, too. So, your theory is wrong.
Yeah, definitely. You know, jealousy and suspicion, neglect count as bullying. I've been bullied the last 6 years. And I know what it's like to hate. And I know what it's like to inflict pain. And I know what it's like to want to get even.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you want to kill someone.
No.
So why else do you think he did it?
I don't know. Something about his calmness.
No, it's something to do with another word beginning with C, his culture. These Sikhs are fanatics. They live for fighting. They kill for fun.
I'm glad Attila the fucking Hun could join us today.
Look, this boy did it. It's in his culture. Changing his mind is not even in his frame of reference.
That's so wrong. Of course he could change his mind. That made perfect sense to me. He was all mixed up with his culture and his history of proud resistance. And at the same time, he's just trying to be a normal English kid right now. He was confused. That's why he cut off his hair. It's why he threw away the turban.
Do me a favour. He threw away the turban because it was covered in that kid's fucking blood.
Your opinion.
Good afternoon. All the judge wants to see you.
Do you know why?
It's perfectly normal. He just wants to see how you're getting on.
Remember
Remember when you enter the court, no talking among yourselves. Also, try to avoid eye contact with people in the public gallery.
Would the foreman please stand? Mr. Foreman, have you reached a verdict upon which you all agree?
No.
In that case, members of the jury, the time has now come where I can accept a majority verdict. That is a verdict where at least 10 of you agree. I will accept 10 to 2, 11 to 1, 4, or against. Please retire once more. Thank you.
Well, is it just me, or does anyone else feel like we are a complete failure?
The morons who can't make a decision.
I think we're doing very well. You know, the fact that we're taking so long means we're taking it seriously.
Right, well, I suppose we should carry on.
We were discussing Sikh culture.
Before we get back into that, you know, I'd like to know what you think.
Me?
Yeah, well, you're now the official foreman. You've put a lot of time and thought into this, and you know, you're an intelligent, responsible man who has an opinion. I mean, I think we deserve to know what that opinion is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in my opinion, the foreman should stay impartial as long as he can.
Well, we've been here for hours, and the rest of us are getting a little bit snowblind. We'd like to know.
The truth is... No, I don't know what I think anymore. On the one hand, the evidence against this boy is compelling. You know, we have motive, we have the weapon, intent.
Well, thank you.
But do I think the evidence is compelling enough to convict? No. Therefore, can I be 100% certain that this boy is guilty? No. I can't. And similarly with the defence, you know, we have compelling character evidence to suggest that this boy is innocent. We have a seemingly racist police force hell-bent on a quick conviction. But do we have hard evidence to prove he's innocent? No. So can we be absolutely certain of his innocence? No. Right, well, strictly speaking, we should return a verdict of not guilty. Not because we believe in his innocence, but simply because we are unable to prove guilt. Well, you know, there's something about that isn't right for me. I don't want to return a verdict because I don't know. I want to feel sure. I want to really believe in my decision. So how do I do that? Where do I go? Where do I look for that kind of certainty? Well, the answer to that is in here. My instincts. So I closed my eyes and I listened. Listened to what my heart told me. And it told me to go back to the first moment I set eyes on Devinder Singh. So that's what I did. I went back into the courtroom and I saw him up there and I looked into his eyes. He was a frightened little boy, shaking. And I realised that when all is said and done, this is still a murder case with 28 stab wounds. 28. And my instinct told me that this kid could never do that. OK, one cut maybe, one cut in anger, but not this protracted, wanton carnage. Not this kid. So my instinct still tells me what it told me the moment I first set eyes on him. That he's innocent.
Yes!
But can I prove it? No, I can't prove it. It's just my instinct. And in this case, I'm afraid, that's all we've got.
So who else did it?
That's not the point.
It is the point. It's the only friggin' point. What have we all been so coy about with this kid? What? This kid did it. Look at the evidence.
28 stab wounds.
He blew his top, he lost it.
With an injured arm.
He didn't have an injured arm.
When the timings didn't make sense then.
According to unsynchronised watches.
There is no way. I mean, I just do not see this kid doing what? 28 stab wounds!
Yeah. What are you all doing? You're listening to your hearts and not your heads. Come on.
Voting for something that flies in the face of everything.
We've been sitting about here for hours, right? And quite frankly, I've got cramps in my arse and I've got a splitting headache. I mean, I say, right, why don't we take a vote, yeah?
All right. All those who find the defendant not guilty, raise your hands.
Still leaves 3, 4.
Oh, my God. One of you changes your mind, we've got a verdict.
But I certainly shall not be changing mine.
And I won't be changing mine either.
Don't look at me.
Right from the start of this trial, you said that the boy was guilty. Why?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've seen the way you all sympathise with him because he's been bullied. You know, seen the compassion in your eyes. Well, I've spent 6 years with a man who's had sympathy wherever he goes. And I know firsthand the cruelty he's capable of. And that's why I've always think this kid could have done it. But, you know, maybe, you know, and I don't know.
But you do. Don't you see? Because deep down we all know what we think. You know, we have that little voice inside us that tells us when to trust someone and when not, or when to believe something or when not.
Wait, stop this.
Just close your eyes, Rose, and listen to that voice, because that is your instinct speaking to you.
I can't.
Oh, yes, you can. Just close your eyes.
Peter, this isn't right.
What does it say, Rose?
You're leaving.
Shh. What does it say?
It says, not guilty.
Oh, that's it. That is a verdict.
We've done it.
Bloody fools!
You know what you've done? You've voted for a happy ending. But sometimes there isn't a happy ending. Well done. Very proud of yourselves.
God help us.
That's it. That's us.
That's it, they're done.
Okay, they've decided.
Well, there's nothing left to say, but good luck.
No. There's nothing left to say but thanks. Thanks a lot.
Would the foreman please rise? Please confine yourself to answering yes or no to the following question. Have you reached a verdict upon which at least 10 of you agree?
Yes.
Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
What? Taking a piss? You what?
My lord, I ask for the defendant to be discharged.
Yes, of course, the defendant is discharged.
Get off!
Not guilty!
Sounds like a lot of trouble out there.
They can't just let us out, is that it? Does anyone protect us?
No. Not seriously going to let us go out there, are you, love?
Well, you want to go home, don't you? I would remind you it is a criminal offence for any juror to talk to the press about their experiences. It is also an offence to disclose the names or addresses of any of the other jurors. OK, ladies and gents, that's it. You're free to go.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, darling.
System, mate. Justice? You call this justice? Say something.
It was Vic. What? Are you just going to go? Am I not going to see you again?
I don't know, Johnny. Look, this isn't right. I need more time.
I don't understand. This can't be it.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Say something.
What? Well, didn't Marion tell you? There's something I wanted to say to you.
Michael, it's over now.
No, the tunnel. The police never checked it. I spoke to some school children. They were there when the frogmen went diving, and they were quite certain the police never looked there.
Let it go, Michael.
Look, I'm telling you, that's where he threw away the uniform.
Really? Is that so?
Look, he did it, Peter. He did it. The boy did it.
Oh, damn it. From the first time you found out that I was a juror on this trial, you tried to hijack the whole thing. You barged your way in, you jumped into my spotlight, trying to make yourself feel important.
Peter!
Can't you just accept this is none of your business?
Don't let it be on your conscience. Because that uniform is in there. In one of those brains.
Is this it? I always wonder what I feel like.
I've spent so long imagining what it'll be like when I've gone, Len. You barely noticed me being here.
I knew this trying to do it when the summer's come. First chance you'd be off.
Can't keep you locked away. Can't keep you from the rest of the world.
I thought it was the only way to keep you.
Could have kept me 100 different ways. Trusting me, loving me properly. Most of all by not doing what you did.
Well, now you got the excuse you've been looking for.
I don't think you'll ever know how devoted I've been to you.
Not enough you didn't fall into the arms of the first man to come along.
It's not about that, and you know it.
What are you going to do?
Dunno.
And what about me? How am I going to cope?
A few years back, they gave you a red berry. I think the least they expected is that you could cope. Goodbye, Len.
There were further losses for cable companies after the Deutsche Bank followed the Bank of England's lead. These developments are set to dominate analyst thinking.
What are you doing?
Drinking.
Elsewhere, trading hands.
Unfortunately, all we have is this sweet sherry we bought for your mother. I think I may have had a little too much.
Why don't you get in the shower and I'll put on some coffee?
Would that be the leaking, spitting shower that doesn't work in the rotting avocado bathroom without a bath?
God, what is the matter with you?
That is the matter with me. The stock Mark Waters recommended, the diabetes stock, the one I doubted, the one I thought he was making up, went through the roof.
Well, what has that got to do with us?
Everything. I pulled out.
What do you mean?
I mean, I pulled out. Didn't have the balls.
Wait a second. Are you saying that at one point you were going to go through with this?
At one point, he had the deeds to this place in his hands.
No! Jesus Christ!
Mom?
How could you do that?
Don't you see, it would have changed everything. What? Well, the house. Laughter. We'd have had it all back.
It would have changed nothing. The size of the rooms, maybe the quality of the furniture, but it would have changed.
What about us? Wouldn't it have changed that?
What needs changing?
I want that look in your eyes that you had before.
You'll get it back, I promise. But only when you move on.
Don't you think that's what I was trying to do?
No. You were trying to move back. Back to what we had.
But your beautiful house.
It's gone. It's gone forever.
Shortly before Elsie died, she told me her life story, and in particular her struggle against loneliness, her long and unsuccessful search for her son. And hearing it, I was struck by a powerful sense of injustice, that someone so kind should suffer so much. But Elsie didn't succumb to this. She came to the trial every day in order to make a difference to someone else's life, while her own life was slipping away before our eyes. And this sacrifice did make a difference to all our lives.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, you look great.
Oh, thanks. And you? Different.
Oh, yeah? Thanks. So you like the new smart look, yeah? Yeah, Eddie's got me on a pretty tight rein. I'm like working 40 hours and yeah, 3 meals a day and I'm paying tax. I've got a job at the, I'm working down the job centre.
Right.
What about you?
I'm back at work at the salon.
Oh, wow.
Actually, friends just asked me if I'd like to go 50-50 opening up our own business.
Oh, that's great.
So, you seeing anyone?
No. I mean, apart from the fact that there isn't anyone now. It's strictly forbidden, you know, until my 1-year ban is up.
How long left?
Oh, 5 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days.
Right. And, this ban, does that include trips to the cinema and walks in the park on a Saturday afternoon?
I could check it out.
Well, if it doesn't, it's my number. Call me.
Great. Hello.
Stop saying great.
Right.
Peter? Peter? You got a minute?
Yes.
My wife took me away, for a break. I was having trouble sleeping as it happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I was away, I get to thinking.
Right.
And I'm thinking, why was I so convinced that this kid had done it? I mean, there was no concrete evidence, was there, either way?
No.
What does that say about me? What does that say? Anyway, listen. I came to apologise. You know, for having so little faith in everything. I think you were right.
Right.
You know about the kid? You were right, weren't you?
Yes. Yes, of course.